Gabba Gabba, hey Drunken Cock fans, this is Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming from the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, and we're here to announce that you have found and stumbled upon our show. We're very happy to have you. If you found this on podcast platforms, you will be sorely disappointed in the magic entertainment. However, the video will be uploaded to YouTube and Facebook. Remember, this show is an adult show, contains adult content. Have fun, stay safe, stay drunk, stay underwhelming. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Of course, Maker the Drunken Underwhelming. You've found the Drunken Under Quarantine Show. Tonight, we got Ryan Kenyon on the couch. VCO original, very multi-talented man. We got a lot to talk about, and let's get right to it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's Kyle Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming, on behalf of the Woolen Comedy Club. Welcome to the Drunken Under Quarantine Show. We're, of course, here tonight with GW Foley, Collen, Doyle, and our good friend Ryan Kenyon. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about a lady derailing a school board meeting, which was absolutely hysterical. We'll watch the video on that one. We're going to talk about a funeral home that would have gotten banned for their advertisement if they weren't a funeral home. We're going to talk about a woman who showed up in Croatia, just speaks perfect English. Nobody knows how she got there. We're going to talk about Big Brother and fast food. And finally, don't worry, guys, we got him. Anyways, without further ado, welcoming to our spotlight stage, my good friend, my comrade, a guy that's always here for me. Please help me welcome Mr. GW Foley.
Are you guys ready?
So ready.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Just be prepared. What is up, motherfuckers? It is Wednesday night.
Ooh.
Yes. That is the reason why I go first. Got the alert on the phone.
Ooh.
Got Ryan Kenyon here looking like a cop. He looks like my stepdad. Like that it's kind of weird. Like, I feel like he's gonna take me out for ice cream after this and be like, sport, I really love your mom. Oh, let's see what's been going on to me. I had a medical test tried to be done today. Part of the reason why I quit smoking is because I have this wheeze that isn't going away, and it's kind of scary. We don't know what it is, and I went to get it tested today, and the problem being was I kept gagging on the machine that they had in my mouth. Like they put it in, plugged my nose, and I would just be like, now I know how every single female that gave me a blowjob feels. like I am sorry, ladies. I know there isn't much in there. It's enough to choke on, and there's some girls out there that you knew how to handle it, and I appreciate you.
It's for them.
Yeah. Hopefully they watch and go, is he talking about me? Yes, girl, I am. I know it's been 20 some odd years, but there's certain things you don't forget. I can't speak too loudly because Jess is on the other side of my curtain, and I don't want her to hate me later. These are just jokes. I don't know. No one's ever given me a blowjob. Here we go. That's on my bucket list. Someday I'll find the right person. The quitting smoking thing is going all right. I'm down a lot compared to what I was, where I was smoking about a pack a day. I'm down to a quarter of that. So yay, good,
Yeah.
good on me. I still want cigarettes. It's going to be something that I always want, and I have to learn to live without it, like blowjobs. Um, it's always one of those things, man, where like addiction is a weird thing, and sometimes you just get addicted to the wrong stuff, like me and comic books. I, I I keep trying to put it down, but they keep coming back up, going, "Read me, read me." Um, See, that joke was a lot cleaner than I thought it was going to be. I was wondering where it was going in my head as I was speaking, and I was like, "Oh, this is a delightful twist. Comic books." No wonder I never got a blowjob. Let's see. School is going well. Uh, I trying to figure out how to do everything in a week, which is hard. I did film a movie that I'm going to be presenting in class, which I'm proud of. I'm not going to show it here because, quite frankly, it's too long and it would take up too much of my time. But it will be available on my YouTube page at some time. So check for it there, man. Yeah, see, that's what you really have to do. You have to pimp your Facebook page or your YouTube page. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't
Plug away.
don't give it away. Make them work for it, like blowjobs. Yeah, make them work for it. That's what all the girls say. Make them work for that blowjob. Yeah, go buy me flowers. Go buy me flowers and eat a steak. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, Saturday, I'm going to go see NoFX live in Worcester. The sad part about all of this is I'm going to fucking Worcester. If anyone's been to Worcester, they will automatically know what I'm talking about. It is like Boston's trashier cousin. Like the accent is worse in Boston or in Worcester than it is in Boston, and like that's including the Southie accent. They sound like just drunken idiots, man. I hate the New England accent, and I hate more the Southern New England accent. They're like, wow, wicked bye, blah, blah. Like, I mean, it's like, I get it. You don't pronounce R's, so you're an etard. But that's it for my time. Let's turn it over to Collen as he walks away and see how he's doing.
Collen, you're muted. Yeah, you're on mute, bud.
We can't hear you.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to try to bring that back because my opener was dynamite. If you didn't hear that, you missed it. No, it's great to be here on the program like most of the time. It's really, this just makes my Wednesday so much better. I'm so excited to have our guest on the show tonight. It's not his first time here. He's back. Very excited to hear from Mr. Potato Head. That was a joke.
Very accurate joke.
Yeah.
GW is a little confused because he did his reading, his reading joke, and he's like, I told about a book about joke about books and being addicted to reading, and it went really well. And I thought it was going to come off creepier. The thing is that people didn't realize, GW, is you were talking about children's books. And maybe some of the audience at home didn't understand that. I started watching this program the other day on Muhammad Ali that's on PBS. It's a multi-part series. If you haven't gotten a chance to see it, check it out. It's fantastic. I knew some stuff about Muhammad Ali, but he was a very interesting person, very interesting history. They showed this one fight where he was going against a person who they thought was the best in the world. And the guy was incredibly good. And they thought it was going to go like a bunch of rounds. And 2 minutes and 17 seconds into the round, Ali just did this like little kind of hook punch, but came down and punched the guy in the head and the jaw and just laid this guy out. This guy's like out, like flopping around. He's trying to get up. He can't. He's completely fucked up. And all of the announcers are like questioning why this guy went down so quickly. And they're like, maybe Frazier threw the fight. Maybe that was staged. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure when the world champion heavyweight punched him in the fucking head, that was enough to just lay him out, you know? But they're like trying to figure it out. They're like, well, why did you go down? It's like, well, Muhammad Ali punched me in the head. Like, I was kind of what happened there if you didn't see it. So they're talking and they're like, well, how did you do that? And Ali's like, well, that was a quick punch. It was a new punch. It was a punch I developed from this guy who it's just a quick flick of the wrist, but you get that connection and it's very hard to see coming. And you can only do it when the guy's coming into you. But if he's leaning in and you have that shot for the head, it's right there in the head. And he was kind of cocky about it, but it worked, right? He KO'd the guy in 2 minutes. So then they interview Frazier, and they're like, Frazier, you want to explain the fight to us? It seems like Ali's pretty confident that the punch he had was something you didn't expect, and that's why he went down so quickly. And Frazier's like, yeah, that was definitely a sneaky punch. And he like just tries to like play it off like you're playing a game of like peekaboo. Like, motherfucker, that just took years off your life. Like, your cognitive ability is now like downgraded. He's like, it was a sneaky punch. It's definitely sneaky. But he made that contact, and that's why I went down. I just love the fact that you have to explain to like some like announcer why you were KO'd. Like, I don't know. Like, you get in the ring, let Muhammad Ali punch you in the jaw, and let me know how many more rounds you go. You know? It's like, I have no aptitude to that. I would fight and be done. I just watched a movie the other night with Michael B. Jordan in it. It's a Tom Clancy movie. And he's like a special ops, military guy going and doing all this crazy shit. And in the opening scene, he goes in, he's on a special mission with only a couple of team members, and he has to kill all these people to get out. And he kills them, and he saves his friend, there's explosions, he gets on a helicopter, and they leave. And if that was me, I'd be like, wow, whew, that was crazy, huh, boys? Well, I guess the next thing is retirement, right? They'd be like, what are you talking about? Be like, well, that's it, right? We're not going to go do more missions. Like, surely it's a one and done. Be like, no, Collen, that was just a mission of this tour. Be like, I killed 13 people back there. I don't know if you saw what I just did. I just broke a man's fucking neck with my hand. And that was just a mission? Like, for the love of God, enough, no more. Like, oh my God. I feel like Ali didn't want to go into the Army. And they said that they really couldn't recruit him at first because they said he was too wild. He was just too, not what they needed in the Army. And I don't need to go through any tests or anything like that. I will tell you this point blank. I am not what the Army wants. I am not your Army of one. I'm not the you can put all the stakes in my hands. We need you to be there. I'm not that guy. I would fail this country miserably, and a lot of people along with me. Day one in Afghanistan, I'm wearing Birkenstocks. Okay, it's entirely too hot for boots in the desert. Okay, you need open toe wear. I just feel like I would be like just off wandering around the desert, just never to be found again. It was, we gave him a point to meet at, and we never saw him again. That's how that would go. It was funny. I was reminded recently. I was on a flight one time for work, and the studio put me up in a first class seat. Very expensive. I'm flying first class. Seat costs thousands of dollars. I would never have paid it for it, but hey, why not? And this guy sitting next to me, and he starts telling me about kind of his life and what he's up to. And he had just flown from Sydney, Australia to California to buy a yacht to have it shipped back to Australia because it's cheap. It was a Chinese-made yacht, but it's cheaper to buy American goods in America than it is in Australia. So he bought his yacht here and was having it driven back or something. You know, as you do, right? We've all done it. I don't need to explain to you guys the complications of buying a Chinese-made yacht in Australia, right?
No.
Anyhow, this guy's just going on like this is just how everybody lives, you know. This is how you live, and he starts talking about China, and he goes, "Yes, I had to live in China for a while in Shanghai." I said, "Oh yeah, how is that?" You know, and he goes, "Well, you know, Shanghai is this type of city that you could live in for like 3 months, but that's really it. You know, 3 months, and you know, I've lived there longer than that." And I'm like, that's funny because I don't ever see myself living 3 months in Shanghai. I never see myself really spending 3 days there, probably. but okay, 3 month type of living city, right? That was kind of my relationship with Paris. Joking, I've never been to Paris. So he's like, and I'm like, so what's the nightlife like in Shanghai? How's that? And he's like, well, if you go out, you have, you know, a drink. He's like, but it's incredibly expensive, you know. And he's like, you know, you have a drink, and you know, maybe a $25, you know, drink, and that's it. You know, people don't drink 2-3 drinks. I'm like, like, you ever spend any time in New York City? My slogan for New York should be New York City. That's a great fucking bar. New York at one point when actually New Amsterdam, when it was New Amsterdam, I think there was a thing where there was a bar for every 16 people. And today there's actually it's a similar amount. There is a per person per bar ratio in New York's greater than anywhere in the world. And it made me realize we are like, you know, fuck the Olympics. We are like the world champions of drunken cities. You know? New York's so drunk, they were like, we're not even going to give you a car. We'll just give you a taxi. How's that? Like, you can pay a huge amount of money, have someone else drive. You're too fucking shit-faced to try to drive your own car. Let me explain this to you. And the taxi cab drivers are drunk enough to pay $1 million for the medallion just to be able to drive. It's like you if you were walking down Shanghai and you had a bunch of Brits going, yes, hello, I'm having one drink on my 3 months that I'm here. Yes, hello. New York's like would be like, let's hit another fucking bar. Like, let's do one more and then we're done. Okay, and one more job. And this is at 4:30 in the morning, and the guys are like, listen, we'll do one more and you're done, but it's getting pretty fucking early here, gentlemen. All right? Like, it's time to pump the brakes. This is what you get. What New York is it's like a roster of the drunken places in the world we pulled together. You know? We were like building the city, and we're like, all right, let's bring in Ireland. They're like, fucking right, let's bring in Ireland. Let's get ready to build a drunken fucking city here, boys. They brought in Italy with the wine. They brought in fucking Russia. We all know Russians are a bunch of vodka drinking crazy people. Then recently, who's there? Mexico. Don't let Mexico fool you. Those fuckers like to drink. All right. They're drinking people. They invented tequila, which is the craziest liquor. Like, you can't, everybody else likes to think it's like Ireland. You never made fucking tequila now, did you? Right? Hey, you got pretty fucking hammered on Guinness. You never made tequila, which we all know is the craziest. So it's like the All-Star game, you know? And then something like, and then of course, as we always say, and New York City brought to you in part by Bud Light. Stay thirsty, friends. So that's my time. That's my week in reflection. Like to kick this over. The reason we all get together every week. Your host, Hickory, the drunk and underwhelming.
Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. It's always awesome when it's Wednesday night. It's past 8 o'clock. There's a buzz on, and I'm hanging out at Hickory Studio, just chilling. And yeah, I'm gonna start by Ryan. I'm gonna have you select a card, my friend. I'm gonna riffle down through this deck, and you just yell "stop" whenever you'd like. Yeah,
Okay.
got it? Okay.
Yep. Stop.
Okay, right about there.
Yep.
Now, do you want the top or the bottom?
Bottom.
Okay.
Because he's my bottom bitch.
Okay. So Ryan, this is the card. We got a 10 of spades. Now, to make this trick extra special and so that I couldn't cheat, which is what magicians are known to do, I'd like to ask for a name. And it couldn't be your name because that wouldn't be fair. And it couldn't be Mr. Potato Head because you planted that mental image in my brain early in the show. But what it could be is a place, another person, a town, anything you'd like. Just not your name or anybody on the shows.
Patrick.
Patrick.
Just not your name or Mr. Potato Head.
Patrick, that's fairly on there. So what I'm going to do is take Patrick. That's the top half, and I'm going to place the bottom half of the deck directly on top of it and square it up nice and fair like that. Now, lots of people ask me, they're like, Hickory, how the fuck would you find a card squarely in the middle of the deck without any fancy handwork? I didn't see you do anything weird. And the answer is that you have to have a trained eye. And let me see if this works. Oh, look at that. See, what you got to look for is
I feel like I'm on the set of the Howard Stern show now.
yeah, sorry about that. I don't know if that card would have stuck out to you guys, but to me, that card sticks out like a sore thumb. You know, it's just clearly not in the right place or the right deck for that matter. And, you know, lo and behold, that blue card would be a 10 of spades with the name Patrick signed on it, which would be pretty amazing, right? That's pretty cool. But if we were to use Ryan's brother here to hold the card up and use that as some type of control, what I would like to do next is shuffle through and G Dubs, if I could have you oh yeah, I'm gonna shuffle. That would make sense, right? I'm sorry. The camera angle is distracting me. I'm not used to the second cam. I'm really enjoying it though. This is a cool thing. I think it's gonna be good. Anyways, I'm gonna riffle through there, G Dubs, and you just yell stop whenever you'd like.
Stop.
Okay, right up there. And top or bottom, my friend?
Top.
Okay, top packet. And that's fucking weird. So there's a 10 of spades with Patrick. You know, I'm gonna try something crazy here, and I'm gonna try signing this card again. And would you give me another? Actually, you know what? I'm not. But would you give me a name or a place or something to sign on the card that's obviously not Ryan, Potato Head, or Oscar?
Chicago.
Okay. What I'm going to show you a real feat of magic here. So we have a 10 of spades with Patrick on it. And if I was to take that and put it in the middle of the deck and shuffle it, you'd say, Hickory, how would you find that card? and how would you possibly change what's signed on it? And I'd look through there real slow like this. I'd draw it out and make it real dramatic. I might even lean into the microphone and give it a little radio voice. But I would find that there wasn't a blue card, and Hickory might have fucked up the entire trick, but there is a blue card. If Hickory was to have a blue card, that's a 10 of clubs, so he got close, but it's got Chicago. It's missing Patrick, but hey, that's why I'm the drunk and underwhelming. It's because not everything's perfect. Thank you guys for joining me. That was fun. We're going to have to use camera angle 2 more often. Anyways, without further ado, welcoming the star of the show. We're very excited to have this man back. He is a VCO original, multi-talented man, a connoisseur of fine foods, a grower of a great mustache, and you know, Officer Potato Head is serving proud. I just want to welcome to our spotlight stage my good friend, Mr. Ryan Kenyon.
Hey, thank you. I thought you were going to say connoisseur of good weed and grower of a weird-looking wiener, but I'll take it. Oh, man, it's always good to be here. It's Wednesday night. We're having fun. I don't know. Something happened. Something popped up. Okay. Porn pop-up ads. I don't get them. So I'm 35, and I've got to a point in my life where I'm just terrified of getting older. And it's gotten to the point where at 35, I'm starting to act like Grandpa Joe from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The only way I'm getting out of bed is if a kid promises me money or candy. I had a good time. Be going to therapy a lot, trying to get a grasp on what's going on in the world and in my mind and my brain. My therapist, cool person, tells me that I gotta surround myself with people who are kind and make me feel loved and good people to be around. So I've been hanging around Cumberland Farms at 6 a.m. every morning. Those are good. Those are people that make you feel real good about yourself. But therapist also said, why don't do things that you love? Do you like watch movies? But yeah, I like watching movies. So I thought I'd watch my favorite movie, RoboCop. I gotta say one thing about RoboCop. Why is that movie called RoboCop? In 3 movies, he's never arrested one person. He's always killed every single buddy, even if it was a routine traffic stop. The dead or alive, you're coming with me. It's like, well, reaching for their license or registration, he shoots them, they're dead. So watching my favorite movie wasn't working out for me. So I started watching my favorite TV show, and I get caught up crying watching episodes of Undercover Boss. Especially the one about Buffalo Wild Wings, something about it just gets me all emotional. Therapist says, why don't you, cook your favorite foods or eat your favorite foods? It's like, I can't. During the pandemic, I was ordering DoorDash every day to the point where people literally knew me by name. Not for me. It's Wednesday night, I usually get Chinese food, but I didn't tonight. What's up with the white Chinese food delivery drivers? You know what I'm talking about? They always show up to the door looking like Old Man Marley from Home Alone. The other day, last week, you got Chinese food. This guy showed up at the door. It looked like he had PTSD, post-traumatic DoorDash syndrome. But I wanted to do something special tonight, if it's all right. It's Wednesday night. We're having fun. Is it okay if I wanted to do this Pocky one chip challenge?
Yeah.
And I also, with trying to, get my life intact, I wanted to call a psychic if that was okay online. And I wanted to tip while I was on phone with a psychic. So I was going through my favorite magazine, The Globe. You know, the issue, Obama's Revenge. Look at that.
That was a good one.
Look at him. Sorry, Joe. Your SOL. And it's my Obama impression. So in the classifieds, they have psychics and also Asian brides. If you know, I might call that one later.
For whatever mood you're in.
For whatever mood I'm in. So I wanted to eat this chip and call this one right here Sister Grable. We'll call out your friends or enemies. So let's give it a try. 212-470-4494. Shit, I gotta eat this chip.
Nick says I want to try the chip challenge. Me too, but I'm a Nick.
Oh, it's fucking hot.
Hello.
Hi, is this Sister Grable?
Yes, it is. Who's this?
Hi. I saw your ad in the Globe magazine. And
Say again?
I saw your ad in the Globe magazine.
Uh-huh.
And it says you call out your friends or enemies.
Right. It costs $180 to find out who are your friends and enemies.
Okay. I'll throw down 300 and call out two of them.
Oh, okay. Bye-bye.
Oh, shit. I'm going to call one more. I'm going to go Psychic Martha. Reunites lover. Calls out enemy. Oh.
I felt like I was like a friend that had to be quiet not to get you in trouble.
That chip's kind of hot. Oh.
Kinda.
I don't like spices.
I would say you got the hiccups in like 30 seconds, bro.
You should be.
Woo. Whoa. Help me. Psychic Martha, help. Hey, Psychic Martha. I saw your ad in the Globe magazine, and I saw that you call out friends and reunite enemies, and I thought that I'd give you a call and looking to throw a couple ducats down and see what you can do for me. Coming back. Didn't work out the way I wanted to, but all right, that was fun.
I guess you saw it coming.
Ha! That shit is the devil. I feel like I sucked the devil's balls.
Did you eat the whole thing?
No, just a bite. Whew.
Oh, come on, man.
How do people do that? Okay, I'm good. That was just a little blip.
If Psychic Martha calls back, are we going to put it on the line?
Absolutely. We'll drop whatever's going on. I gotta hear what she has to say.
If you're so psychic, tell me why my friend Mal feels like he just sucked the devil's balls. All right.
That's gonna cost you $180.
Did she mean a minute or $180? I was confused.
Flat, 180 flat.
What a business.
Whew.
I like the fact that you offered 300 for two, and she was like, "No, I'm not taking that deal."
Sorry,
I
I'm
got
busy.
bills to pay, motherfucker.
Oh,
How you doing, Ryan?
I'm okay.
Yeah, you ready for the jarring part?
Absolutely.
Oh, we're all messed up. That's so much fun.
Oh,
we're
back to my
still.
spot.
Oh, good lord. Anyways, Ryan, thank you for being here. Thank you for doing that. That was fucking phenomenal. I gotta say, I've been wanting to do one for a while, but Nick said you can't have just one. It's the chip slogan. No, this chip company has gone with the opposite marketing tactic. With I bet you can't eat even one.
Yeah, right.
I've been wanting to do this, but I'm a giant wuss. I've been like training with their less hot chips, like the hottest ones that they make in a normal size bag. And I'm up to like 5 or 6 before I'm like scared of pooping. So I feel like that's been going well. So comments before we get into the talk show portion. Nick said, I've been 1 month without a cigarette, but my weed usage went up. Congratulations, Nick. So,
Yes, it's always good when your weed usage goes up.
Yes. Jason earlier said, why does Ryan remind me of his potato head? Oh, it's the mustache. Jason said, hey, Foley, my dad is a masshole. Nick said, Collen's roadside auto body. How's it look?
It actually came out really good. I'm impressed.
gonna say-
She needs to be buffed out a little bit, but that was a nice match on the paint.
We drove by your place the other night on the way back from a trip, and my father was like, how many cars does Collen need? I don't know. I guess as many as he wants, dude. That's how it works. And then
one of my great pleasures is standing in the middle of Route 4 with a garden hose washing a car. You know, that's your best speed deterrent. Where it's, you know what, it's the Route 4 car wash. All right.
Yeah, who needs a soccer team or a lacrosse team for a car wash? We got the Woolen Mill Comedy Club gang down there on Route 4. We should do that someday. That'd be great. I'd love to see Ryan rubbing his titties up on a car windshield.
Absolutely.
That would make me happy. And then we had a conversation. I think this was supposed to be in Messenger, but it was in the chat. Jacob Butler said, hey, Collen, we're all booking Manny Petties. You in? What day is good for you?
Honestly, I need one ASAP. So
He said Monday work.
Monday will work perfect.
Jason said, where's Mrs. Potato Head? GW forgot to dress up for the show. Sorry, yeah. Jason. Nick said, I want to try the chip challenge. He also said it was so funny. I agree. That was great. Right. I really hope she calls back by the end of the program.
I hope so too. She's probably working on some other clients. You know.
Or she knew what was happening.
Yeah. She sensed it. She was like, this asshole's got a magician on him with him on a live stream. This guy's gonna call me out.
She's one of our biggest fans.
Yeah, magicians and psychics don't get along so well. Or she's watching the show, and that'd be funny too. So if you're out there, Martha, hit me up. I'll send you a link. You can hop on live stream with us. That'd be great. I would love to reunite with some of my enemies, reach across whatever aisles have been parted. Anyways,
it would be great to have a psychic on the show.
I absolutely agree. It would be fun. If there's one that's cool with not being on a family program, we would love to have one on. If you guys know a psychic, reach out if they want to come on and get loose on a Wednesday night, and that would be fun. We could take callers and the whole day.
Yeah,
anyways,
it's like Ryan's like, you know, therapy can really be a wonderful thing. I sprung for a psychic, actually.
There's even more or less judgment.
And let's just say I'm going to be making some big life changes, okay?
Okay, we're going to move right in the first one. How the drunk is this news? Lady derails school board meeting, but is she wrong? I don't know. I thought this was hysterical. I don't know if you guys watched the clip. But, we're going to play the full clip because this is fucking amazing.
All right. Well, I'm just thankful that y'all don't have the ability to make a mask mandate. And tonight I was going to talk about the need for a second high school, but I was sidetracked by, for the boys, pussy or the idea of pussy or the idea of pussy. A Mexican is a Mexican is a Mexican. Take her out back, we boys figured, then hand on the titties. Put it in her coin box, put it in her cornhole, grab a hold of that braid, rub that calico. You can find that on page 39.
Okay, before we go any further, I just want to make sure you guys got that. What amazing love poem this lady just read in front of the school board.
Put it in her coin purse.
Is she the author of that?
No, unfortunately, I think she's just the artist who's performing the work. She's going to go on to explain where this exactly came from.
Of the book called Out of Darkness, which you can find at Hudson Bend Middle School and Bee Cave Middle School. All right, not gonna lie, I had to Google cornhole because I have the game in the back of my yard. But according to Wikipedia, cornhole is a sexualist slang vulgarism for anus. The term came into the use in the 1910s in the United States as verb form to cornhole, which came into usage in the 1930s, means to have anal sex.
Do you think it's true that she actually had a Wikipedia or she knew the definition offhand?
I think she knew the definition on hand, but wanted to back up the research, as any good researcher would do.
She goes, "Oh yeah, cornhole. I thought that sounded familiar. A couple drunk guys in my backyard throwing balls in my hole."
And how is it? Like, I grew up with the term cornhole before the game.
I mean, it's a weird kind of hill to die on when you throw in the year, like 1911. Like, I had to look up getting your salad tossed. Apparently, we've been using it since 1923, and I'm just hearing this now. It's like, okay, so we've used cornhole since 1911, but I played the game. I didn't know when I was playing toss the tater salad that was something more that they were talking about.
So that book was from 1911, right? Is that what she said?
No. The term cornhole is originated in 2000 or 1911. I think it was you said.
Some pioneer boy writing to his sweet love is like, "My dearest Abigail, how I yearn for your cornhole. I'll travel a fortnight to munch out your cornhole, my dearest Abigail."
Fuck, the Germans are bombing us again.
And she's sitting there like, "Oh my God, that's so romantic. He didn't even say puckered starfish this time."
You know, he was trying to write asshole, but he was running away from the German bombs. So he just kind of scribbled out. And she's like, "He wants to eat my cornhole. What the hell are you talking about?"
I am going to put my ear in your cornhole.
Nick, Jason comments in. He said, "Should it be why the fuck, not drunk news?" I know, Nick, but I originally thought it would be cool for branding to have a segment called "Why the Drunk Is This News," and then I stopped doing clips of the show because I'm lazy and I felt like producing other content. He also said, "So cornhole tournaments are an orgy." Quite possibly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Everyone
it's more specifically an anal orgy, according to what we've been saying since 1911.
So let's digest the final moments of this clip before we make final judgment.
Absolutely.
I do not want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school. I have never had anal sex. I don't want to have anal sex. I don't want my kids having anal sex. I want you to start focusing on education and not public health.
Stone, you're on.
You are supposed to be educating our children.
Ms.
Do
Bell,
not
thank you.
teach them
Ms.
about
Bell, thank
anal
you.
sex.
Thank you, Ms. Bell.
So yeah,
Wow.
that's the whole
strong-
shebang right there.
Strong words coming from a woman who didn't know what a cornhole was till 15 minutes ago.
I do think that 8th grade is the perfect time to learn about anal sex because you certainly don't want to learn about anal sex behind the Cumberland Farms on Riverside Avenue like I had to.
Gentlemen, I believe Shakespeare said it best when he said, "The lady doth protest too much." She was very adamant in saying that she has not had anal sex, which leads me to believe bitch had anal sex.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is when what I heard in her voice was, I have not had anal sex recently. It was a beat that, and then she's like looking at like the guard over there, and she's like, I don't want to have anal sex. I certainly don't want to have anal sex with you, handsome man with a mustache and glasses on, sitting in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Okay. I am not saying that. Okay, don't put words in my mouth.
Let's go play cornhole behind combies. They don't call it combies for nothing.
Jason said, sounds like she needs the cornhole. He also said, Kenyon on, lol. Yes, Kenyon is on point. His hot takes are phenomenal. We're going to move right into the next one. Funeral home provides amazing advertisement, but if this were anyone else, would it get banned? I don't know. My thoughts on this were mixed because I was like, I feel like if I just put this on the side of my car, it wouldn't be a story. But this funeral home, great marketing, decided to run around a truck that said, don't get vaccinated on the side of it. The question is, are enough people dying in the city for this vehicle to be driven by the funeral home? Like, is that like, you might have problems if your city needs this big of a hearse, is all I'm trying to say.
Right? Where is this from?
I mean,
City?
Or did they rent it?
Imagine being at a moment of mourning, right? And you're at a funeral home and you're standing there and you're like, yeah, I sorry to hear about boy, I'm sorry to hear what happened about your grandmother. Man, that's rough. When do you think they're gonna get her? Like any minute now, And then they roll around in that fucking thing. And you're like, I'm sorry, is this where we're pulling your grandmother out? Like, yeah. So I had to keep her on ice so she would look fresh. I mean, what type of incentive? I mean, back in the day, you had a hearse was beautiful. It was a Cadillac. It was something beautiful. Now you're being brought in and it looks like a fucking U-Haul.
That is the same exact thing that they used for Dom DeLuise when he died.
I know. It looks like they're part funeral home, part moving company. Like the pallbearers are like these big jacked up guys. Like, where do you want it?
Well, I'm sorry, we couldn't get you into your apartment. Friday, Saturday, Sundays are a little busy moving the old caskets, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Somewhere John Goodman's going. Somewhere John Goodman's going, oh my God, that could have been me.
I know, right?
Oh, we got some great comments in here. This is a callback to the last one. Nick Water said corn bees. That's a great name for that. And then Sean Henry. Sean, thanks for being here, brother. He said, don't be fooled. She's an outstanding backdoor bandit. Moving into this topic, Sean said, bring out your dead. Yeah, that's what I thought about that when I saw this truck. I was like, they should have had like an arm or something hanging out the back for comedic effects. He also said, somewhere over the rainbow playing on a loudspeaker. That'd be so creepy. Nick said, how big was grandma? That's a good question, Nick. That's a large size moving vehicle.
It's one of those things where like you have a national pandemic or a global pandemic, right? And everyone plays the sap stories. Oh, this is bad. Oh, my restaurant's hurting. No one talks about the good things that happen, like owning a funeral home. I mean, all of a sudden you have something like Cabot's that's been family owned for 100 years, and a guy who owns it now is like, I got to be honest, business has been booming. I mean, if you're lucky, you get one of these things once every 100 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was actually my great grandmother Cabot. I mean, the 1918 boom, that was something, but if numbers keep up, knock on wood, we'll see. But 2021 could be our best year yet.
Which Jason responded, I'm not quite dead yet. Oh, I love it. I love old comedy references on the show. That's fun. But yeah, this place, I'm hoping they did some sales, I'm like, I really hope that this strategy worked out for him.
What's
But
that number? Let's call it Wilmore Funeral Home.
I wonder how many calls they've gotten. You know, like from shows like this. Yeah, I'm
Like
not
some
calling
good, some bad.
them. Yeah. Do you think they've gotten many people from like that called to be like, yeah, COVID killed my career. So, you guys have any openings? I hear you're busy. I'd really love to get out of the food industry, considering all the restaurants got shut down. So I was thinking, you know, maybe I could embalm people. It's not that different than stuffing turkeys, I suppose.
I've only diddled one kid or one dead body.
That's GW's defense. Only one dead kid. Sean, I literally
Think
considered
of all the
building.
kids he did, right? You know. It's-
What's
Sean
that?
Hickory-
What?
I don't know. I'm okay.
What was Sean saying?
Okay, he was gonna say I literally considered building coffins like they did in the old days out of rustic wood to make a buck, and then slap myself back into reality. It's a great idea, I think. Nick said casket and I think he meant to say urn, but he said urine, which is even funnier. Gasket and urn sales went up 90%.
Because
That's a different news story.
all
Yeah,
funeral
urine-
directors need to get drug tested.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of COVID good stories, right? Like people around here selling their houses for 4 times their worth and then moving to a state that doesn't tax you to death. Those stories really warmed my heart.
Boy, that was a good story called Bridgewater. That was
that was a good one. Speaking of good stories, we're gonna move right into the next one. This one, woman who speaks quote perfect English shows up randomly in Croatia. I'm
Croatia.
sorry, Nina. Croatia. I've been drinking. Don't blame me. I almost picked the wrong story. That would have been a spoiler alert. But woman who speaks perfect English found alone in Croatia with no memory. A mystery was unfolding in Croatia on Tuesday after a woman with no knowledge of who she was found sitting alone on an outcrop of rock just off the island of. Dude, the word has no vowels. How do you pronounce it? It's KRK. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Nina tomorrow.
Kirk.
Like Kirk? You
Yeah.
just pretend there's an I in there?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. That I was going fine
I
until
think
I
it
hit
becomes
that.
a elongated R. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. A fisherman initially spotted the woman who speaks perfect English and is believed to be in her 60s, seated by herself on September 12th along a bay near the village of Selene, in a remote area located off the north of the island. With concerns about his own boat running out of fuel should he attempt to save her, the fisherman phoned authorities who showed up to assist with the rescue. 14 members of Croatia's Mountain Rescue Service, HGSS, remember that for future because this will definitely come up again, were able to reach her after diving and then hiking a mile to where she was, officials said on the outlet. Down on the shore, we found a woman with minor injuries. She'd also had a few scratches, was extremely dehydrated and emaciated. She could barely take a few sips of water. We placed her on a stretcher because she was unstable to walk, transported her to the hospital. Authorities told media outlet 24 SADA it appeared that she's been wandering the area, often frequented by bears, for at least a few days by the time help arrived. The woman has been described as 5'4" with shoulder-length brown hair. She'd been wearing a pink sun hat, striped top, and dark trousers at the time, but was not carrying any identification or documents on her. She speaks English, but she does not remember her identity. Police said in a statement to CNN, she's currently located in the hospital in stable condition. This woman appeared out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, I feel like I have this whole case pretty summed up, lock, stock, and barrel.
Constable Doyle's on the case.
Yeah, listen, it appears from what I'm seeing, ma'am, that you fell on your schnoz so hard that you don't remember who the fuck you are or where you came from. Clearly, she has suffered a significant nose injury, and I think that that's where a lot of her right there. Look at that.
That's all
I'm
there.
no doctor, but lady, you took it right between the fucking eyes. Hard.
Oh yeah,
That
right in this area.
Right there, right between the lookers, and right there, whatever it was that impacted you, whether it was a sailboat that hit you in the face or a freight train, I don't know, but that is where your cognitive issues are stemming from.
Here's my thing. They don't explain what perfect English is. Like, is it British English? Is it New Zealand English? Is it like fucking some crack from Wisconsin?
Sounds like she's from Worcester.
Yeah.
Like she just talked like she was from Boston. They were like, ma'am, are you okay? She's like, this beach is a friggin' pisser. You guys got any?
My fucking face is wicked fucking sore.
I'm wicked freaking thirsty.
Did I ever tell you about the time I met Noma?
You know what
my
I think
nose is fucking wicked.
You seen my fucking cousin from Boston? He's on the TV there with this fucking Sam Adams ads. It's freaking wicked awesome.
From Boston.
I think I can solve this myself too. That the busted nose theory, that's good. But show of hands here. Has anyone done nitrous? That'll erase your memory pretty quick, and you'll end up in some weird places. Like behind Cumberland
He's got his hand
Farms.
raised
But
too.
definitely nitrous. That could be it too. She was surrounded
nitrous,
by CO2 cartridges.
absolutely. She could have been getting a root canal. Next thing you know, you're in Tregear. And
And who the fuck went to Croatia? Like, there's literally thousands of immigrants every year trying to get the fuck away from there.
Well, it's lovely this time of year.
yeah, I what I would do is if someone spoke quote unquote perfect English, I would be like, okay, ma'am, what do you call this, right? And if they call it a pin, then they're in the South, right? If they call it a pen, right, then they're in the North. And then I'd go from there. I'd be like, so what do you call a sandwich that you put peanut butter and a weird marshmallow spread on top of? And if she was like, oh, that's a fucking fluffernutter, you'd be like, all right, she's a New Englander. Okay? We have now narrowed her to the northeast.
We can also narrow it down her actual age by saying, what do you call an asshole? If she says a cornhole, we know that she was alive in like 1910.
I mean, she could have been born any time since 1911.
Yeah.
Sean commented and said, Aunt Abigail, she was only going for a swim. We had her funeral and everything. It'd be the sad story of the family that saw she got swept to sea and they left. Brutal. 25th Muhammad Ali injury. Yeah, he just got her with that spinning punch.
It was a sneaky punch. However, I woke up in Croatia not knowing who I was.
Sean said, will somebody please club me in the back of the head so I can speak Chinese fluently?
See,
I think you only get Mandarin though, dude. You got to work hard to get Cantonese. I don't know.
Here's my problem. If I got hit in the back of the head, I wouldn't be speaking a foreign language. I'd be sounding like one of the preachers who is speaking the tongues of God. Like speaking, Jesus Christ.
We're going to move right into the next one. This one will be quick. We're running kind of late. Ryan, you're good on time, right? It's not. I know it's a school night, but you're okay?
I don't have to shit yet, so I'm good.
Okay, sweet. Moving right into the next one. Yeah, Big Brother is here. But it's going to start with fast food. I found this story. I sent it to G-Dubs. I was highly confused because this woman who wrote this story is sympathizing fast food workers, but it's written by the same chick that would yell at you for fucking up her order, I think. It says deeply unsettling startup installs cameras to scrutinize drive-through workers. Would you like a side of dystopian monitoring with that? Which is great. This is from what, Takeout? I don't know, some news article that nobody's heard of, like most of them. Last weekend, my boyfriend and I cruised the drunken drive-thru. I ordered an everything bagel with cream cheese, and he ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. Upon receiving our order, we realized that the drive-thru attendant had accidentally combined the orders, giving us a bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich on an everything bagel with cream cheese, which I will add sounds fucking awesome. I just go back through and be like, hey, you fucked up my first order. Could you make another one exactly like that?
You fucked up the order. Do you want to now take a role in R&D for Duncan because you're fucking genius?
Said no biggie. I popped inside, explained the mistake, and they fixed her order, which is stupid because it was perfect already, leaving us with an extra breakfast sandwich. So she's upset that she got an extra breakfast sandwich. I hate people. Took all of 3 minutes, but now a sinister new tech startup is dedicating millions to improving fast food order accuracy. Why? Because they can, I guess. CNBC reports that restaurant tech startup Agate.
Whoa, hey!
Yeah, I feel like this might be a setup now that I'm listening. Like you could have at least put an R in there, so it was like Argot or something. A little, yeah. I see you. Take out, you dirty sons of bitches, trying to get my show pulled by putting up this article. Agate AI has closed a $10 million funding round. They will support the company's mission to scrutinize workers and determine whether they're preparing orders correctly. How does the company do that? Through the most invasive means necessary, of course.
Cornholing.
Yeah, cornhole cam. That's great. Better than body cams inside the body cam.
To be fair, we've had it for 110 years and it's worked.
The company, that sounds like things I shouldn't say, installs overhead camera in restaurant kitchens and uses computer vision to spy on workers, presumably to improve labor efficiency. The co-founder and CEO, Evan DeSantola, who sounds like an evil comic book villain, told CNBC and NBC that the technology can spot over 85% of order errors, calling attention to the errors before workers actually serve the food. I don't know exactly how that works, but I imagine it's through some sort of horrifying, demoralizing alarm system. So she has no idea how this thing works, but she's criticizing it pretty hard. And I got to say, I feel like this is no different than fucking security cameras, right? Except there's like an AI that checks to make sure things are done right.
Right, for real. You don't need a camera in the kitchen to know the staff is high.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. You know, it's funny to me because I feel like, this technology, it's like, we're smart enough to know the difference between a bacon, egg, and cheese and a bagel, you know? But what people don't understand is what you're doing at a restaurant like this is it's not robots, right? It's human beings making people breakfast, and they're giving it to you. Just because you throw some fancy fucking label on it and you make it seem like a Fortune 500 big fast food thing doesn't actually reduce the fact that it's human labor, it's human beings that are making your food and giving it to you. I am not a big fast food person. I don't particularly like fast food. I occasionally go to Dunkin's in Queechee because they have an iced coffee that's this big, and it's addictive, frankly, and I'm addicted to it now. So I go in for this massive iced coffee. I don't get out of my car. I don't have to touch anybody. The pandemic turned me on to this. I don't have to go in anything. But at any rate, a couple mornings ago, I'm stopped. They put in a new system that's supposed to help the efficiency. It was going terribly wrong. This guy jams on his brakes, slams his truck, gets out of his truck and goes, I swear to God, this place can't get their orders right to save their fucking lives. And he walks up to the car, and the guy rolls down the window and he goes, excuse me, sir, did you order a cinnamon raisin bagel? And the guy goes, yeah. And he goes, here it is. He goes, I didn't open it. Well, obviously you did because you know what the fuck it is, right? And then he turns to the guy and he goes, I ordered an egg and cheese on a muffin. And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I fucked up that order, so you could walk around and come into the Dunkin' Donuts. And again, we'll just give you an egg and cheese on a muffin." And he's like, "Oh, you stupid motherfuckers!" And it's like, really, who's dumb? The guy who's working at Dunkin' or the guy who's paying $6.75 for a fucking egg and cheese on a motherfucking English muffin? Okay, like who's the dipshit in this situation? And you're like looking at this guy like, oh, they can't do it. It's like, you know what? Make your own fucking breakfast sandwich then. You know? I mean, you don't like your cinnamon and it's first world problems. You know what I mean? Like, how privileged are we in this country where someone accidentally confused their order and they say, my bad, here's an extra breakfast sandwich. And then we're like, you stupid fuckers. You know what you need? You need a computer fucking surveillancing you 8 hours a day. Make sure that you're not an incompetent piece of shit.
You could have killed somebody.
So we're gonna finish this last paragraph, and I'm having a hard time because I want to agree with her, but I also feel like this is the same woman who would yell at that fast food worker. She says, "We see that across the quick service market, or quick service is like fast food and quick pickup like that. To be mildly we see that quick service restaurant industry odor accuracy is becoming an increasingly large problem as a result of the shift to drive-through." DeSantola said, "What was once a small pain point when the accuracy rates haven't gotten much better is now a much larger pain point." Is it? She says, "Is this a much larger of a pain point to be mildly inconvenienced by a very understandable mistake made by an exhausted fast food worker employee working long, hot hours for a pittance? I don't think so." But DeSantola does say that Agate's typical consumer has at least 2,000 restaurant locations. What was very clear to us about this company is that it is not a point solution, said Greg Gogan, managing partner of equity firm from the Kitchen Fund. "It's a platform that is being built, and order accuracy is just the first application. Computer vision is not going to stop there." She says, "Well, have a great weekend, everybody. There's some dark stuff on the horizon." I agree, but on the flip side, most people work on camera anyways, right? Like, I get that, like, it's weird to have an AI on you, but like at the same time, if fast food restaurants got forced to change their entire business model with COVID, right? So now they're no longer having people come into the restaurant. They're having people order through a microphone that sounds like shit. It literally is like worse than an Xbox Live microphone. And you're expected to hear what everyone says on it, where the obvious solution is if you just put a kiosk outside where people could punch in the order, it'd be 100% right, and they couldn't complain because they'd have to double check their own order before it went in. But no, we're in a position where,
Hickory, did you use AI to come up with that idea?
Oh, yeah, it said to kill everybody, so I'm working on it.
Yeah, but see, then I'm touching everything that other people have touched, and they might have cooties or AIDS.
No, that's true.
But what Hickory's saying is, even if you had the person standing out there, you talk to them face to face, and they said, like, "This is what I want. This is what they want."
Some fast food,
like a host or something like that. Yeah,
I don't.
Host / waiter.
As much as I hate to say, Chick-fil-A is honestly the only company I know that does that. Where if you go through their fast food line, you talk to a person with a tablet in their hand that takes your order, and you actually have that face to face where they can see your facial expressions, and it doesn't sound like, you
remember E-Bomb? There, one of the first videos on E-Bomb World when the internet was new, that was hilarious, was the guy who go and be like, "Hey, could I get a chicken with a elk shake and a to go?" You know, and the people were like, "What the fuck did this guy say?" You know. And it was like this whole thing where it was like just shit like you couldn't understand, you know? So, but the funny thing is, huh?
Wayne's World did that.
Oh, it was a Wayne's World. Okay, yeah, it was Wayne's World. And I confused that with early internet footage.
They probably ripped it off, man.
That's probably true.
That was a slip up in the old archive. But you know, my feeling is it's like when you go in, like people have to realize like you ordered something and someone gave you something 30 seconds later and you never got out of your fucking car. So, I mean, this isn't fine dining over here, okay? You're not really allowing a huge window of being like, when I ordered the sausage, egg, and cheese 35 seconds ago. You're like, okay, let's be honest. You get what you get, okay?
I want to move right into the last one. We're running a little over. Ryan sent this to us. This is a good one. Don't worry, guys. We got him. The pizza roll pooper has been apprehended. I thought we'd leave on something fun and a little less, dystopian than the last story. We got the alleged pizza roll pooper apprehended after Oklahoma grocery store incident. This is a gem of a story. I hate to highlight HuffPost because it's mostly crap. But once in a while, they bring out a gem like the pizza roll pooper. Yeah, this guy, I'm pissed. He said, note to some of our readers, some people may find the below description of the crime offensive. That's right. They have a spoiler / trigger warning on an article about somebody who shit in pizza rolls. Okay. That's a base level to go into this thing knowing. Trigger warning for anybody who's offended. Shirley Wright Johnson had a crappy shopping experience on Wednesday. Literally. Yeah, HuffPost, save that shit for comics. You're not a comedy piece. This is supposed to be news. Wright Johnson said she was picking up some items at a grocery store in Moore, Oklahoma with her 2 daughters. When she reached for a bag of frozen pizza rolls, she quickly discovered something else in her hand. Human excrement. I put a big bag of pizza. Pick up a bag of pizza rolls and there's literally shit, she said in a video obtained by Oklahoma City NBC affiliate. Human shit. Excuse my language.
How did she know it's human shit?
I don't know, man. Maybe they have a very, very standard diet out there in
of pizza rolls.
And where was she from? I don't know.
Yeah,
Oklahoma?
I mean, there seems to be some holes in the story here.
She said, I pick up a bag of pizza rolls. There's literally shit. Yeah, she's full on it. Someone defecated into a supermarket freezer onto a bag of Tostino's pizza rolls, then covered the mess with another package of treats. Police told the TV station. She said, I grabbed the bag. I felt something smushy on the bag, so I turned it over, and there it was. I was upset. I was disgusted. I feel like I was violated. The ride home was miserable, she said, even though she quickly scrubbed her hands. All the way home, my kids were still like, Mom, I can smell it. I can smell it. I'm like, I smell it too, baby. I
smell it too, baby.
Collen, I want you or one of your actor friends to do a serious dramatic reading of the quotes of this story, because it would be a really great piece to put together with like real emotion and inflection in it, not like what you get from me. She told Oklahoma City CBS affiliate, it was just disgusting. That's the only word I can use is disgusting and horrible. That's 2 words, lady. More police said, using surveillance video from the scene of the crime, fuck you, HuffPost, flushed out a man they identified as a person of interest. He was booked into the Cleveland County Detention Center on unrelated charges while the poop probe continues. A police spokesperson told the Smoking Gun that the man's name will be released if formal charges are filed. The man also was reported taking pictures of women in the grocery store, police added, because nothing is better to pick up the ladies than shitting in the freezer aisle. Am I right, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Well,
that's
how I attract them.
I feel such a spectrum of emotions right now. I'm sad. I'm disgusted. I'm very sad to see this man arrested. I'm disgusted by the fact that they make a thing called pizza rolls. I mean, as an Italian American, I think that this really fits the punishment fits the crime. If you're gonna reach into the freezer section and get pizza rolls, you deserve to eat human shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
okay?
For real.
I
can't imagine. I mean, glad they caught the person. Now I can't imagine this like going to court, because can you imagine her in front of the judge, like the judge going to, and what did you do when you grabbed the bag of pizza rolls? I went, that shit on my hands.
I smelt it, baby. I smelt it all the way home.
Mama, you got shit on your hands. I smell it, baby.
What
Colin,
I don't
I'm waiting for that
understand
dramatic reading.
is this to me is really there's a big loophole in this story, which makes me think that this
Because your poop hole
pizza
is not a
roll
loophole.
loving individual is full of shit, and here's why. When you take human shit out of a freezer, it's in a solid state. Okay, that is to say, it is frozen. No one takes out a bag of shit out of a freezer and thinks, "What's so warm and soft and squishy?" That's not shit from a freezer. Okay.
I'm like, yeah, to believe this buy-in and believe this woman's story 100%, you have to believe that the guy taking the dump was literally rounding the corner on the other end of the aisle as she was pulling in.
Bag.
Because you'd have like a minute in a commercial freezer before a turd was cold. You know what I mean?
This
But you know, the thing is, too, like, toilet paper is 2 aisles down. Like, why would someone wipe their ass on the back of Tostitos pizza rolls?
Like, at least pull out some cat litter, dump it on the floor, and take a dump on that. You know, like,
I mean, call me avant-garde, but if I was in a grocery store, I more than likely would just shit in their bathroom.
I would shit in their produce section or the cold cut section.
Right. If I wanted to do some damage, maybe I'd take it down to produce. But the freezer section, it's too practical.
I don't know, dude. I feel like my butthole would hit that my cornhole would hit that 30-degree air, and I'd just be like, yeah, I don't have to poop anymore.
Yeah,
that's enough for me. Like I tense up at a cold toilet seat sometimes, you know, like call me pampered and first world and privileged, but I've earned it.
But this cornhole doesn't play in the winter. You know what I'm saying?
No, I deserve a warm toilet because I've worked my ass off to get where I am. I mean, maybe that's too meritocratal of me, but I wanted to read some comments. Nick Waters said, one time at cornhole camp. I love that. Cornhole jokes all night. That's great. Sean said, I am cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole. I agree. Always, Sean. And I heard there might be another TP shortage around the corner. So if you're not a hoarder or prepper, as I say to make myself feel better about hoarding random shit I don't need, you might want to stock up. Sean said, why is there not a McDonald's app to order from your phone? You just drive up, they scan the phone, scan the bag, game over. There is, Sean, but people are too stupid to learn how to use apps that don't fuck up your order because they can't fuck up your order if it's on a screen. They can't mishear your order if you type it in. They can fuck it up. Don't get me wrong.
Here's the problem with the McDonald's app.
Lay it on me.
Put it into the app, and then you have to go through the drive-thru. And then they're like, hey, did you use the McDonald's app today? And I have to go, yes, I did. And here's my order number. And then they do everything.
Oh, yeah. I remember that the wife brought up the McDonald's app because we're like, oh, it'll be quicker and easier to do it on that when we're on a road trip. And then we pulled up the app and they're like, yeah, we'll start making your food when you get to the window. And I was just like, doesn't that defeat the purpose of me ordering ahead of time?
Yeah.
Sean also said, okay, and use a clear plastic bag so I don't have to open it up and see what the hell you're trying to shove up on me. I agree. Clear plastic bags might be a solution for some fast food, but then we're back to the plastic argument. Because at least you can burn paper in your fireplace, but if you burn plastic, everybody gets all upset.
I mean, you could still burn in your fireplace.
That's true. But then your friends pretend they pretend they care like you're an asshole. Sean also said, I literally always love shitty snacks. I love that. I'm wondering if he self-censored or YouTube did that on him. Either way.
Sean, great shit.
Nick Waters.
Shit right now.
Yes, please, Sean. Test it for the program. Just rate shitty. It's okay. We'll still love you. I will not ban you from my channel, dude. You're fun. Nick said, sir, I need to check your cornhole. Which is a great comment. Always need to check the cornhole. Jason said send all mail to Reggie Britton. Yeah, that's Reggie Britton or at Gmail or something.
TheReggieBritton@gmail.com.
Yeah. Jason said I farted in all departments. That's close enough, Jason. I think you deserve the medal. What do you guys think? Anything you want to get out there before we go? We'll do plugs after. Any closing thoughts or anything you wanted to say? Especially you, Mr. Potato Head.
I highly recommend the Pocky One Chip Challenge. Now available at all Walmart and Walgreens.
If you could find them, everywhere I found was sold out. I got 3 boxes in the West Rutland Price Chopper, and I was excited to get it because I've been collecting them for 3 years, but I'm too much of a pussy to do it. But I got a couple, so I can try it. I might do it on camera at some point.
You got it. It's I can imagine eating a whole chip, and that was just like a bite. But Jesus Christ, yeah. No, it's always great to be on the show. I love seeing you guys. I love coming on and being silly, goofy, and good to be here.
Oh, thank you for being here, sir. Sean said shitty at home, but it was also like combined in another word, so that might not have proved our theory. Oh, okay. He said the voice acted software that I use edits and censors. Okay, that makes sense. So, yeah, I was curious. Jason P. Mercier said, bring comedy back to Middlebury. I agree. I'm looking forward to going back down there. I miss the boys. And
can I just say, I miss Ryan.
I agree. Me too.
Much.
I miss you all. I miss you all.
I need to give him a big hug next time I see him in that fucking beautiful mug in his fucking mustache face.
I'm gonna keep it forever. I'm gonna look like Jason. I'm gonna look like Wyatt Earp with his mustache.
Sean said I could never get my hooves to activate touchscreen phones. Understood. Jason said bro hug. Yeah, I love me a good bro hug. I miss hugging the bros and the hoes.
Bros and the hoes.
That's right. I don't know if that's acceptable to say anymore, but I was talking about Garden Tools YouTube. Get over yourself. Anyways, Colin, you got anything before we get out of here?
I don't. It's great to be here as always sometimes. And it's great to see you, Ryan. Thank you for being on the show.
Yes.
Look forward to hitting the stage with you soon.
Absolutely.
As things reopen in this dystopian hell that we're living in.
G-Dubs, you got anything?
Foley Kills the Podcast on YouTube. Episode 20 dropped next Monday, 21, baby. We can drink.
Nick said Ryan is more like Farva. I'm thinking he looks like Mac if he put on a little weight.
Yeah.
But that's me. I don't know. He said, when's the next show at the club, Colin? Jason did.
We have a show October 16th with some talent from New York. Hoping to have a show before then. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But October 16th, it's going to be a great show. So spread the word, pack the house. Let's see a sold-out show October 16th.
And if I get off my ass, we'll probably be trying to do something for Halloween.
Yes, Halloween as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we might. We had an idea. The wife had a beautiful idea where we have a show called Hickory's Halloween's Hotties and Hypnotists, where we have Pierre come do the hypnotism, and we have some a burlesque lady or two come down, and we'll have some comedy, and it'll just be a ridiculous.
Oh, I'm going to help fund
ridiculous characters. Anyways. The final before I go, crazy Christian lady, you got anything to say?
Sex. I do not want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school. I have never had anal sex. I don't want to have anal sex. I don't want my kids having anal sex.
Yeah, I think we're going to cut her off there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. Of course, Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. Thank you for joining the Drunken Under Quarantine show. Thank you guys for joining us. Jason, Sean, Nick, the beautiful assistant. Anybody else who commented in, we appreciate it. And we hope you guys are having a beautiful night as well. Because, God damn it, I love Wednesdays. But please follow GW Foley at Foley Kills and at GW Foley on YouTube. Check out Monday. Foley Kills, the podcast drops, and upcoming video soon. Check out Ryan Kenyon at Old Ryan Kenyon, where he posts ridiculously funny stuff all the time. At Collen Doyle and at Woolen Comedy Club for comedy club updates and random cool photos that Collen likes to share because he always takes beautiful pictures of stuff. And all I can think is I always forget to take pictures of beautiful stuff because I'm too busy watching it. Anyways, that's it for this program. This has been episode 21 of the Drunken Under Quarantine Show. Thank you guys for joining us. I am, of course, Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming, imploring you all to stay safe, stay drunk, stay underwhelming, but most importantly in these trying times, stay fucking sane. And don't forget, you should all go cornhole yourselves. Cheers. Drunk Magician out.
And so I take my pants off.